Welcome to my channel. I'm Jess, and this is Canyon Oracle, a place where we use divination tools like tarot and oracle cards to inspire healing and transformation in the lives of truth seekers just like you. I imagine if you found yourself at this pick a card reading today, you're wondering if you should give up on this connection. Well, we are going to look deeply at that today. But before we begin, I just want to remind you, you are the architect of your own life. You can always make a new choice. You have free will. You can launch yourself in a whole new direction. Also remember, these are general readings, so some aspects of the reading may not apply to you. Please don't ever try to make it fit. If you pick a pile and it doesn't resonate with your story at all, just scratch the pile and move on to another one, or move on to another pick a card video entirely. There are so many good ones out there. I have loved myself watching pick a card videos, and I love them because it invites the viewer to tap into their own internal guidance system and really use their own intuition. And if that's something that you would like to explore further, or if you would like to get more information on this reading, like within yourself, I've actually created a really powerful meditation to help you connect to your own internal guidance and to even get a download from your own higher self. And I would love to give you this free meditation. You can find it at canyonoracle.com/YT. It's also in the description box below. Other things in the description box are more about the cards that I'm using today, a link about how to find out about my work. I do live one-on-one intuitive coaching sessions via Zoom, if that's something that you're interested in. And actually, when you sign up for the meditation, you'll also get a discount code if you want a reading with me for your first reading. So, without further ado, I think that we should look into choosing now one of these three piles. What do you think? So we have three to choose from today. We have pile 1, we have pile 2, and we have pile 3. Now, I just invite you to take a deep breath, relax, ground yourself in your body, hold your person in your mind's eye, and ask yourself the question, should I give up on this connection? And then choose a pile that most resonates with you. And I'll see you on the other side. Hi, Group 1. Welcome to your reading. So we're going to be using a variety of different cards today. We're going to be using some traditional tarot, some romance angels, some oracle cards. At the very end, I have chosen one card that's going to be a message from your higher self directly for you. So let's get started. We'll look one by one, and then we'll see the story that sort of wants to unfold. Please keep in mind that I always like to look at both the light and the dark aspects of each card. I believe that there is a full spectrum of possibility within each experience in life. So I really like to see how everything works together to see the pattern that's unfolding. Okay, so we start with the Three of Wands. Then we have the Eight of Wands. Then we have the Nine of Cups. Then we have the Four of Pentacles. And the Three of Cups. Okay, so let's start with the tarot and see what we've got here. Should I give up on this connection? Okay, so the Three of Wands, as we see, there is a man waiting on the shore. So this card is often, we describe it as waiting for your ships to come in. The card about waiting for your ships to come in. He's walked through a portal, so he's made a decision. We've moved past the Two of Wands, which is like what to do. He's made the decision, and now he's waiting to see what happens after this decision. So it feels like you've just recently made a choice already. Maybe it is whether or not to give up on this connection, and you're just looking for confirmation in this video. Let's see. Then we have the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is this very fast moving energy. The Wands is fire. It is passion, purpose, spirit. This card is sometimes looked at as Cupid's arrows, like the arrows of love. It can be a fast communication. It can be a barrage of love texts out of the blue. Like, this comes very quickly, kind of out of nowhere, and it's positive. It's like good messages coming towards you. Feels like about this decision. Then we move on to the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is the wish fulfillment card. This is nine happy cups, emotional fulfillment energy, happy energy. I'm noticing how this guy on this card is a big boy, and he looks a little maybe like he's had a big meal. And it reminds me of my stepdad used to always pat his belly, and he had a big belly, and he would say, "This is all happiness right here. This is all happiness." So this man kind of feels like gluttonous to me, and like he's had a big delicious meal and maybe eaten a little bit too much, maybe had a little bit too much to drink, like a little too much pleasure seeking in life. So I don't know if that's you or that's him, but I get the energy of a person here for sure with this card. But whatever this fast communication and the decision was, definitely has made you happy. So it feels like something just shifted or is just about to shift. So then we have the energy of the Four of Pentacles. Now, this is not moving. This is very stable. This is grounded. This is, Pentacle, earth energy, so health and finances. This card can sometimes be about holding on too tightly or being shut down, even around your heart space or even in your thinking space. We see the pentacles covering his heart and his head. It can also be about savings and financial stability of some kind. It feels very positive to me in relation to these other cards. It doesn't feel like the hoarding energy, which it can sometimes be. It does feel more like stability, planning. It's interesting though, I am noticing how he is, in some decks, he's sitting like on top of a castle or something. This guy is not. This guy is like in the middle of nowhere with all his money by himself. So it's interesting because just looking at these cards alone, I'd say absolutely don't give up on this connection. But let's look at what other story wants to be told here, right? There's something about a loner energy. I'm getting the sense that this person probably that you're dealing with is maybe financially stable and sort of grounded, but also maybe has been a bachelor for some time, which is why it's kind of confusing to you about what's going on maybe in the connection, because even though this is a happy, stable, whatever, I do see like one person, one man alone in each of these cards that keeps being reflected to me. And then we have this guy all alone without a house. So maybe this guy is a bachelor or a girl and hasn't been in a relationship for a really long time or something like that. And then with the tarot, we end with the Three of Cups, which is like celebration. Now, some people describe this card as possibly being like 3 people involved, like in relation to love. It could be a third party situation. Maybe that's what you're going through with this person. Maybe they've been a bachelor for so long that they're in another relationship, or they have other women or men around them, and so it's making you, apprehensive about this connection. But it does feel like celebration to me. A lot of cups energy, so maybe there is some gluttony going on here too. Excessive drinking or partying or something like that. Okay, so the romance angel that we got for you is give your relationship a chance. So don't give up. Definitely don't give up on this relationship. And then it says work on your partnership. So there's stuff that needs to be worked on, obviously, or else you wouldn't be watching this video, right? But very clearly the cards are saying don't give up. It feels like there will be some shifting change that's happening. Let's see what oracle card we have. Interesting. Deep knowing, and it's in the reverse. It's like you know already. Like you know that this person is probably your wish fulfillment. And maybe you're the one that's holding on too tightly or closed down a little bit in some way. And, you're being asked to enjoy yourself maybe a little bit with this person a little bit more, relax a little bit more into it. Maybe they came on really strongly at the beginning or something, and it was like all of this energy coming at you, and you kind of were like, I don't know, should I trust this situation? It seems a little bit too much too fast for me. But you're definitely not done with whatever this connection is. It feels like a newer connection. So, maybe that's part of it too, that maybe you both have been single for a long time, and maybe you're both kind of, you have your ways about doing things and they don't necessarily match right now. Maybe you're a little bit slower going and this person is a little bit quicker and it doesn't seem real. But it feels like, yeah, it's okay. Just for sure keep going, because there's wish fulfillment here. There's celebration here. There's a lot of positive stuff, a lot of positive communication. And you must have a sense of it, because this deep knowing card is about intuition. It's about being connected to your higher self and your source and getting guidance from it. So you're clearly getting some guidance and you already know what the answer is. We always do. We always do. But getting this card in the reverse is telling me that you have been getting signs. I wonder if the communication that you've been getting is synchronicities and signs in your life about this person, and you haven't been seeing them. That's what I'm getting a sense of, that like you're not trusting it. Maybe because you've been single for a long time, or they've been single for a long time, or maybe there was a third party situation. It doesn't feel like you guys are in a committed relationship yet. It feels new, so maybe that you're just not sure whether you should kind of go deeper or longer, or it's been sort of at the same place for a long time and it hasn't gotten deeper. But I feel like you've been getting signs about this. You've been getting synchronicities have been happening, and either you've been ignoring them or missing them in some way. But my sense is you will be getting more signs and synchronicities about this. This reading is probably, hopefully, the first of many for you. And I'm noticing the owl on this card, so I don't know if an owl has any relevance to you, excuse me, in any way. Okay, and then the last card we're going to look at is the the card from your higher self and a message directly to you from your higher self. And you got the card of health. It's a very pretty card. Allow me, divine, to be tender and accepting of my body, no matter what ailments I may have. May I always know it's doing the best that it can. Help me be a loving ally and friend to this sacred form. Wow. I mean, I did get a lot of kind of feeling about gluttony of some kind, like overindulgence of some kind. And then we got the health card. So maybe this overindulgence in food or alcohol or something is you. And maybe it's both of you. Maybe you guys like to, you kind of party together a lot. Maybe the first time or like the beginning of the relationship was a lot of drinking together, hanging out socially together, and you want to make some changes in your life and you don't know if you can do it with this person because you kind of partied a lot together, something like that. But I feel like the guidance is for you to, it's interesting because this card does talk about acceptance, this health card. But I think also, just before we go into that, there is some insight guidance here for you to look at your own patterns of behavior around health and wellness in your body, and maybe some stuff around overindulgence of some kind. And maybe you guys do drink a lot together or something like that. But also in this card, it is about accepting my body no matter what ailments I may have. So maybe you have like weight issues too, maybe you have, or like you think you have weight issues. Maybe that is an insecurity that you have. And the guidance is to accept yourself right where you are. So whether you have been partying a lot or eating too much, it's the end of winter. I know I'm had a smoothie this afternoon for lunch, excuse me. I was worried about my green mouth because I've been eating so horribly, and I've had weight issues my entire life. I've had, I understand how quickly we can get into a pattern of overindulgence, and then how quickly we can turn the ship around as well. And I also know how sometimes we connect with people through eating and drinking and all of that. And it's a wonderful way to connect with people. And then also when we then want to make a change for more health and balance in our life, it's sometimes hard when we've been overindulging with our friends or lovers, to get them to get on board or not. But the truth is, when we make our own changes, a lot of times it inspires people around us, when you start eating better and drinking less, or, whatever, making small changes in your life, people around you will naturally start to match your energy, and sometimes very literally match your patterns. So, maybe if your apprehension is about some overindulging or some patterns of behavior that you didn't like about yourself when you were with this person, the message is make the change within yourself first. Give your relationship a chance. And it seems like you've already chosen this person. So just, you are happy together. And I bet you can be happy together no matter what you're doing together. And maybe, go for a hike, go for a walk together, see what that feels like, and go from there. And really make whatever changes you're inspired to make about your own health and your own life. Do that yourself first, and don't be surprised at how other people want to follow. I hope this resonated with you. I hope this brought you some peace of mind. I would love to hear how it was for you in the comments below. If you feel comfortable leaving a comment, I'd love that. If you liked the video, I would love a thumbs up. That would be amazing. If you want to come back again, please subscribe to the channel and get that little notification bell so the next time I post something, you get notified about it. I'm going to be posting pick a card readings every Sunday, so hopefully another will resonate with you as well. I thank you so much for your time and your attention. I send you so much love and light. And until next time, be well. Hi, Group 2. Welcome to your reading. So we're going to be using a variety of different cards today. We're going to be using some tarot, some oracle cards, romance angels, and then the last card that we're going to look at is a message for you from your higher self. So we'll go sort of one by one and then see the story that starts to unfold. I do believe there is light and dark in every card and every aspect of life. So I like to look at the full spectrum and see how it all fits together. Okay, so the first tarot card that we have is the Knight of Swords. Then we have the Lovers. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles. Then we have the Ace of Wands. Then we have the Ace of Swords. Interesting. All right, let's look at the tarot cards first, and then we'll see how it all fits together, and then we'll go on to the oracle cards. Okay, so the first card that we have is the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is very powerful. He is a great decision maker. He's a great leader. He's a warrior. He has a transformative energy about him, cutting through illusions and lies and BS and getting right to the heart of the matter. This guy does. He can be sort of cutting. He can be sort of aggressive. He can be sort of dominating, overly dominating at times, you know. The light would be like a powerful communicator, decision maker, leader. The dark would be, you know, kind of overly aggressive and kind of a jerk sometimes. My sense is that your person is kind of like that. My sense is that your person is really strong, a great communicator, expresses his needs, and sometimes crosses your boundaries too much. You know, sometimes can be very curt or hurt your feelings. Sometimes he says things that aren't very nice. But I'm getting the vibe that he doesn't mean it. He looks kind of clumsy to me. My feeling is that he doesn't mean it because he's just, even though he knows how to speak his mind and, you know, he is strong and confident, he also is like steps over his words sometimes or misspeaks sometimes, says too much sometimes, like is kind of, you know, he's got a lot of armor on, he's been out all day working with the other soldiers, and sometimes he gets back home and he still kind of stinks and he forgets to take his armor off and he's kind of a brute in the house, but he doesn't mean it. The next card is the Lovers card. So the Lovers card is about lovers. You know, they're like naked in the Garden of Eden with the angel above them, and it's very much like, you know, about love. It can also be about a choice, making a choice in love. Well, this is exactly what you're doing here, isn't it? Should I give up on this connection? You're making a choice about this connection, but you know, the Lovers card is it's an archetype of love. it's like a theme, because it's a major arcana and not, let's say, the Two of Cups. It is fated in some way, this relationship, to be in your life. So it's absolutely supposed to be in your life. And also it's a theme of your life right now, love, and the choices that we have to make in love. And being raw and being vulnerable. And I'm noticing how this King of Swords has his armor on here. And then we move on to a card where the man is naked. And it's just reminding me of what it requires of us to be in love, and how we have to take our armor off and lay down our swords and stand in the sun naked with all of our blemishes and all of our insecurities and be seen. And not everyone is ready to do that. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles, yes, it's in the land of Pentacles, so it is about the material realm, money, health, finances, etc. This is definitely the happy family card. And I heard it once described as the happy marriage with the mortgage paid. So in my view, it's like the best card for a happy relationship. So I'm just noticing the old man here and the time. I'm just reminded of the time that it takes to build a solid relationship like that, and how this is really like the postcard at the end. It's not all the middle insecurities and, working through our shadows and all that other stuff that we have to do to be in love. Taking off our armor and laying down our swords. They've already done that in this card, and this is the result. Then we have the Ace of Wands, which is a passionate new beginning sent from the gods above. You see this hand coming out through the clouds, like it is a gift from the divine, a passionate beginning. So it could be that this is a brand new person in your life, or it's that this relationship is beginning again. And maybe it's about you finally making that choice to not give up on this connection and to really fully step into it. Because with these cards, honestly, they're very positive. So I'm wondering what has you watching this video about whether or not to give up on the connection. It's probably because he doesn't always take off his armor and put down his sword, or she, whoever it is that we're talking about. Then the last of the tarot we have is the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is, again, a beginning. It can also be like a clear communication, something that cuts right through the noise. And this guy can do the same thing. So it feels like there is going to be a clear decision, a choice that you're going to make. And maybe it's just right now, here in this moment, you decide like enough is enough. I'm done wavering and I'm going to make an absolute choice about this relationship. Let's see what the oracle cards are and we'll see you got why? Very literally, why are you asking this question? Which is what I just said. Why are you asking this question? It's like, because I see the Lovers and the Ten of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. It's like really positive, wonderful stuff. So there's something within you that's just unsure. And you need to ask yourself, why? Why are you unsure? Is it about this person, or is it about you? Is it something you're just insecure about yourself, or about love in general, or life? Maybe this relationship is asking you to have faith in life, in the goodness of life, and that wonderful things are possible. And, the reality is that people do wear armor. We all do. It's okay. If you can see the heart underneath the armor, and he does take it off from time to time and is willing to step out into the sun and be raw and naked with you, let him put his armor back on every once in a while, just as long as he's nice too, right? Okay, let's go on to the next. Here we have trust. Your romance angel is trust. It says, this situation is calling for you to have faith. What did I just say? It's asking for you to have faith. That's it. I guess if there's any reason that you're here at this video today, it's to ask you to have faith, to remind you to have faith, to remind you that faith is the foundation of any relationship, and trust, you have to have faith and trust not only in the other person. I think that faith and trust is less about the other person and it's more about yourself in regard to love. And I'll tell you why. I know people always talk about, I have to have, you have to trust the other person. You have to trust. Yes, of course you have to trust the other person. That comes with time. I don't think you can just frivolously throw your trust at someone that you don't necessarily trust. But you can trust yourself. So maybe you've made bad choices in your past around love, but this situation is asking you to have faith in yourself once again, and know that you will always take care of yourself. Beyond that, you might want to also cultivate your faith in God, or in just the inherent goodness in the universe. In whatever energy is speaking to you through this reading today, through these cards, whatever had you watch this video today, that same energy is always moving through your life in service of your highest and best good. That is God, the universe, source energy, whatever you want to call it. It is good. It is inherently good. And that is what makes up all of life. So why that's important is because even if you make a quote unquote bad decision in love and you end up with someone who doesn't treat you fairly, there's always a greater purpose for it. There's always a beautiful lesson that you can learn. Something good can always come out of any situation. And when you look back through your life, you can always say that looked like it was bad, but wow, it turned out to be good, or all those wonderful things that I got from that situation, right? Life is never black and white. But there is an inherent goodness in all of life. And that's where you want to start to cultivate your faith. So then you can have a faith within yourself, because that life force energy is always guiding you. So then you will always take care of yourself and keep yourself safe, because you trust your ability to connect to your higher self. Then it doesn't matter what other people do or don't do, right? Then it's easier to take a leap of faith with people, because you know that you are always safe. And there's nothing that you need to protect yourself from. And the more you can be raw and vulnerable in the sun, even before him or her or whomever your person is, it'll be easier for them to then take off their armor as well and stand in the sun with you, because clearly there is a potential to have it all with this person. So do not give up. Do not give up on this connection. Absolutely. And start to build trust and faith in yourself, in the universe, in them, in God. And know that there is a beautiful new beginning. You have 2 aces. That is a partnership. That is the beginning of a partnership. So the last card that we're going to look at is the card from your higher self, that is a message to your higher self. So you got the card of hardship. Interesting. And it says, may I embrace what's happening right now, as baffling or painful as it is. Help me, God, to trust where you are guiding me. I am yours. So whatever it is that you're going through right now, it may be confusion about the situation, maybe something painful happened in this situation, or maybe you're just going through a hardship in your own life right now. And that hardship is making it difficult for you to have faith in anything good. And maybe that's why you're here today. Because whatever hardship you're currently going through or have gone through, in some ways it has rocked your trust in goodness. Because how we do anything is how we do everything. So if you are questioning, this relationship, which seems good, and again, you have to trust yourself. Don't take my word for it at the end of the day, right? Obviously. But I imagine that it's hard for you to trust. This card is asking for trust as well. This card is asking for trust as well. So obviously this is a theme, trust, right? And decisions might be difficult for you in a lot of areas of your life right now. But the cards are telling you, you can trust yourself. You can trust life. Life is always working in service of your highest good, even in the middle of the hardest thing. It is always designed for your highest and best good in some way. But you can't always know what the positive things are when you're in the middle of a hardship. So that's where we learn to cultivate our faith in ourselves, our faith in life, our faith in God, that we will always be provided for, that we are always safe, that life is inherently good. So don't give up on this connection. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your connection to your higher self, to God, to that source energy. And that is your reading for today. I hope that it brought you some peace and some clarity. If you liked it, I would love a thumbs up. Maybe even subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be posting pick a card videos every Sunday, so maybe there will be others that resonate with you. If you want more support in connecting to your higher self and really learning how to tap into your own internal guidance system, I have created a really beautiful meditation that can support you in doing that. And I'm giving it away for free. You can find it at canyanoracle.com/YT. When you sign up for it, you'll also get a discount code for your first time getting a reading with me, if that's something that you're interested in. And I just send you so much love and so much light. I thank you for your time and attention. And until next time, be well. Hi, Group 3. Welcome to your reading. So let's dive in, shall we? We're going to be using a variety of different cards today. Traditional tarot, some oracle card, romance angel, and then the last card we pull will be a direct message from your higher self to you. Okay, we're going to look at each card one by one, and then we'll see the greater story that wants to be told. So the first card that we have is the Knight of Swords. Then we have the Nine of Wands. Then we have the Ace of Cups. Then we have the Judgment card. And then we have the Page of Cups. Okay, so let's look at the tarot to start with. Okay, so all right, we'll go one by one and then we'll see how it goes together. Okay, so the Knight of Swords is a very fast-moving energy. It can represent a man or a woman, a person. This energy can be really combative, destructive at times. It is sort of a warrior energy that just charges in without paying attention to what's going on. Sometimes I think of this card as like a bull in a china shop. My sense is your person is probably very similar to this kind of energy. And maybe they've just made a big mess of some kind. Like maybe they came in charging in and said some things they shouldn't have said. And I think they're regretting it. So this is the Nine of Wands. This is that fortitude, that dedication. This man does not give up. He has been stacking wands for days on end. He's at the 9. He's not quite at the 10. We're not at the end of the cycle. There is more challenges, but it's not swords energy. It's not that super aggressive energy. It is like a spiritual energy, I think of with the wands, that fire spiritual energy. So it is like a spiritual warrior. The energy of this card is that spiritual warrior who's tired too. Been working at it for some time now and tired. Then we have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is about a new love, but with the Nine of Wands, this does not feel new to me at all. So maybe there is like this incarnation of this relationship, like we're moving into the love part. I'm noticing though, like the overpouring of love. So maybe it was like a gushing, a quick energy of love that like just kind of came out at you, like some communication or I don't know yet. Then we have the Judgment card. So the Judgment card is very literally about judging yourself and others, not necessarily in a negative way. It's about like assessing things, weighing things, figuring out the truth of situations, looking at your own behavior and saying like, oof, should I have done that? Should I not have done that? Or, what worked, what didn't work inside of the relationship. It also can be about second chances, or like a rebirth of some kind. So maybe this Ace of Cups energy is like a rebirth inside of this connection that has been going on for a while. This has definitely been going on. And then we have the Page of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups is a small communication of love sometimes. It also can be an apology. So maybe this Knight of Swords did some damage and now he is saying sorry. And you're considering giving him a second chance. Should you give up on this connection? Let's go further into the Oracle cards and we'll see where we get. Tick-tock in reverse. So this is a card about divine timing. I want to say absolutely don't give up on this connection, but I can see that there has been some stuff going on. My sense is that things are working themselves out. And, this Judgment card is like starting over. And with the Ace of Cups, it is like starting over. So, new, So it could be like, just hold on. They've made a mess. I know that you're tired, but just hold on because things are unfolding in divine time. Okay, so then we have the card for your romance angels, romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Now it's interesting because this is kind of feels like a new romantic feelings is a very sort of beginning level of a relationship, right? I mean, it could be like a change in a relationship that's been going on, but I guess with the Ace of Cups, it's like so there's two groups here. There's one that's been going on and something new is coming out of this older relationship, a rebirth of some kind, or it really is brand new, and maybe you are just weary with love, like you've been through the mill with love, and this new love is kind of like, oh gosh, I don't know. But my sense is it's going to be more of the first group, that this has been going on for some time, and there is like a new resurgence, like a new outpouring of love of some kind. And you're having to sort of reassess things. And maybe it was an apology, and now you're like, okay, he made a mess again, but he's apologizing, and in a different way this time. Like maybe he has seen something and shifted in some way, or she has shifted in some way, and they really have been able to see their own stuff, their own ego, their own, poor communication skills that have been making a mess in this relationship, and they're finally starting to have some real self-awareness around that. And you could tell in that communication that things were a little bit different this time. So you're thinking about giving him a second chance, and I would say you should. The cards would say you should. So, okay. Well, we got two cards for you. I'd been only pulling one of these cards at the end, but two stuck together. So we're going to see what these two cards are, and I have a feeling they're going to sum this up very nicely. So the first card we have is trust. When love is invited to take over, right actions arise at the right time. Right actions arise at the right time, divine timing. And the prayer is, allow me, dear divine, to wait patiently until the timing is right. Let me rest in the unknown until a clear path is shown. Yeah, so absolutely do not give up on this connection. You may be feeling weary about some things, but just trust that things are unfolding. I do believe that this person is having some insights. Either you've just recently gotten an apology, or you will be getting an apology very soon. And the last card we have for you is positivity. If you can find even one thing to be grateful for, it will restore you to the light. Please, dear God, let me always feel grateful for something, even a tiny thing, in even the hardest situations. So, trust and positivity. Your higher self want you to know that you should not give up on this connection, and that even though you're weary and you have been through the mill, you are much stronger than you think you are. And you can bear a lot more than you think that you can. Yeah, you can handle one more heartbreak. Yes, you can. You may think that you can't. You may think that all of the hardships that you've been through in your life have broken you down, and you couldn't possibly handle one more thing. I hate to break it to you, but you can. And all of the hard things that you've been through in your life have only made you strong. Not weak, strong. And whatever this relationship is asking you to really find that inner strength within you and recognize that inner strength within you, that you are a warrior and that you can handle anything. And that I love this card. When love is invited to take over, right actions arise at the right time. So divine timing is absolutely at work in your love life. The cards are asking you, your higher self is asking you to trust and stay positive. Whatever this apology is that's coming towards you or that you've recently gotten, allow yourself to be opened up by it, Don't push it away. Accept whatever small token of love this person wants to offer you. They may have been messy in the past, okay? They may have not said the right thing. They may have put their foot in their mouth or even been kind of a jerk sometimes. But we all deserve second chances. And, to err is human. We all make mistakes, and it's okay. It doesn't mean that we're not, this person isn't wonderful if they've also been a jerk, right? So it's interesting because a lot of these readings today, and I've been seeing a theme, and I notice that themes come up in life, right? For all of us. And the theme recently that I've been seeing played out before me with clients, within myself and my own life, is that life is complicated. People are complicated. Situations are many layered. It is not black and white. And love, unconditional love, calls for us to accept people in all the ways that work for us and don't work for us, unless, of course, it's a deal breaker for you, or, they are abusive in any way, then obviously it is not right and you want to get out of that relationship. But if it's there are certain things that just really piss you off or bug you or whatever that can be worked out over time, or that you can just learn to accept in the other person, well, no one's perfect. That's the reality. Life is not perfect. It's messy, it's complicated. There is light and there is darkness everywhere within everything. And the essence of all things is love, is light, is God. And that is what we always want to look for and to within ourselves and within the other. And the more you can see that divine spark within this person of yours, the more it will bring it out in them. It is the most amazing thing to witness in people. Like when you've been really, you got the card of positivity. So that tells me that you have been negative about this, and probably rightfully so. You've been negative about this relationship because you've seen things that have made you upset, But the cards are asking you to stay positive and trust. And that tells me that you have way more power in this dynamic than you think that you do. And so if you can shift your attention to the positive things in this person and the positive things within this connection, the positive things within life, those romantic feelings that you have. We don't get romantic feelings just about anyone, So focus on those things, and you might be surprised by how this person transforms before your eyes into the Knight of Cups, and then potentially the King of Cups in his most wide open, loving space. So that was your reading for today. I hope that it gave you some clarity, some peace of mind. I would love to hear what it was like for you in the comments below if you feel comfortable doing that. If you liked the video, I would love a thumbs up. I would love if you subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be posting pick a card videos every Sunday, so maybe there will be others that resonate with you. If you want any support and guidance, I do one-on-one intuitive coaching sessions, and I have a great discount for first-time clients. And I created a really beautiful meditation as a thank you for signing up for my mailing list. You also get the discount when you sign up for it. You get it all at once. A really powerful meditation to connect with your higher self, the discount, and the newsletter all in one. And you can find all of that at canyonoracle.com/YT. It's also in the description box below. But I thank you so much for your time and your attention. I send you so much love and light. And until next time, be well.